It's a bird.
It's a plane.
Superman.
This Superman movie might just be the one we've needed for over a decade now. And yes, I know what you're thinking. People who didn't care much about Superman are now paying attention. James Gunn has been in the lab for a minute now, and it's clear that the meal he's cooking up has some serious potential. This movie, it's got the aroma of something great, and for once it's not just your auntie's perfume. The visuals look incredible, and I honestly believe DC is about to take the lead in ways they haven't in years. I'm more excited for this Superman film than I've been for anything Marvel has done in the past 3 to 4 years. And look, I used to be one of those people who found Superman a little boring. I admit it, I didn't get him. I didn't understand what made him special. I thought he was just a guy who could fly and punch stuff. But now, I get it. The Superman I've come to appreciate is the one who stands up for people in everyday situations. The guy who's there when someone's at their lowest and needs hope, even if it's just by being present. He's not the brooding emo character that Marvel fans seem to love so much. He's the symbol of hope, kindness, and strength that the world needs. And trust me, the Superman I love is the one who's out there helping people in small ways too. Not just dealing with the big world-ending threats, but offering comfort to someone who just lost a loved one, helping a kid find their lost puppy, or giving someone a sense of peace when their world feels like it's falling apart. That's the hero Superman is supposed to be. A symbol of hope and compassion, not a dark and conflicted figure constantly battling his own demons. That's why I'm excited about this movie, because it looks like we're going to get a Superman who embodies the best qualities of the character. Now, I know some of you might be thinking about the Snyderverse movies. Let me just say, I really love those movies. I loved Henry Cavill's portrayal of Superman. In fact, I consider his Superman one of the best portrayals of the character of all time. For me, Henry Cavill is Superman. His performance was iconic and it truly shaped the way I saw the character. But here's the thing, this new movie is different. We're finally getting a Superman movie that offers something we haven't seen in a long time. It's refreshing, and it's giving us a version of Superman that feels grounded, real, and inspiring. I still love the Snyderverse and Henry Cavill's Superman, but now we get to see this new chapter unfold, and that's something I'm excited about. Let's talk about the trailer for a moment. The visuals are absolutely stunning. There's a scene where we see Superman standing tall, looking heroic, and it just feels right. It's like this Superman is finally the hero we've been waiting for. The movie isn't about setting up a Justice League movie or a huge crossover. It's not about big explosions and world-ending battles. It's about showing the everyday man that Superman is someone who can make a difference in their life, whether it's saving a cat from a tree or being a shoulder to lean on. This is a Superman who helps people in the most genuine ways. And let's talk about the suit for a second. I know some of you might be questioning the design, but honestly, I think it looks great. It's got that classic feel, but with a modern twist. The colors pop, and the texture of the suit is more subtle than some of the previous iterations. The cape flows perfectly, and it's clear that the suit was designed to showcase Superman's iconic look while keeping it fresh and relevant. I don't mind the changes at all. One of the most exciting things about this movie is the world building. We've seen Superman in many different versions of Metropolis, but this movie looks like it's going to offer something a little more grounded. The city feels real. It's a place where Superman doesn't just fight bad guys, he interacts with regular people. There's a scene in the trailer where Superman flies past a kid in what looks like a war-torn country, and that moment hit me hard. It's the perfect example of what Superman stands for. He's a symbol of hope, not just for America, but for the entire world. That's the Superman we're getting in this movie. The kind of hero who inspires people no matter where they're from. I'm also excited to see how the movie handles Lex Luthor. He's always been a classic Superman villain, but I have a feeling James Gunn is going to put a unique spin on him. In the trailer, we see Luthor plotting Superman's downfall, and it's clear that he's not just some over-the-top evil genius. He's calculated, and he's using his resources to try and bring down the Man of Steel. But it's not just about the villains, it's about the way Superman responds to them. We're going to see him struggle, yes, but we're also going to see him rise above it, showing us that even in the darkest moments, he's still the hero we can rely on. And speaking of struggles, it's worth noting that this movie doesn't just show Superman saving the day, it shows him dealing with the emotional weight of being a hero. The trailer shows a scene where he's talking to Lois Lane, and it's clear that he's grappling with the expectations placed on him. He's not perfect, he's not always sure of himself, but he keeps going because he knows it's the right thing to do. That's the Superman we need. The emotional depth of the character is something I'm really looking forward to. We've seen Superman struggle with his powers in the past, but this movie looks like it's going to show us a version of Superman who is more vulnerable, more human. And that's what makes him such a compelling character. He's not a god, he's not invincible, he's someone who makes mistakes, who has doubts, but who always strives to be better. James Gunn, you're absolutely killing it, my guy. You managed to create the only Suicide Squad related content in the past 5 years that wasn't a total flop. I never doubted you. And then we've got this clown. Imagine if this was The Boys and not Superman. You toss a can at Homelander's head and I guarantee you wouldn't be walking away with yours. What were you even thinking? What was that? A Pringles can? A soda can? Whatever it was, you've clearly lost all common sense. Not only did you chuck it at Superman's head, but you also littered. Double shame. And then hold up, who the hell is this guy? James Gunn, I get it, you love casting your buddies, but seriously, this nepotism is getting out of hand. I'm not saying this guy can't act, but he just looks way too old for the role. And yeah, I know Guy Gardner isn't supposed to be the most likable Lantern, but damn, man, this just feels off. Now, about the color grading, I've heard the complaints and honestly, I get it. Superman's world should pop. It needs bright, vibrant colors that reflect hope, love, and everything the Man of Steel stands for. This gloomy grayish tone, that works for Gotham and Batman, not for Superman. If I wanted dark and depressing vibes, I'd rewatch any Snyderverse movie or literally any Batman film ever made. And let's not even talk about Marvel. This teaser trailer has already outshined any of their recent efforts. Marvel's golden age might officially be over. And honestly, good. They've been serving up mediocre content for years now. James Gunn has made it clear he's prioritizing quality over cash grabs. Kevin Feige, I hope you're paying attention because DC just pulled a major power move. And that's facts. Overall, this trailer is a solid 10 out of 10. Superman is finally getting the movie he deserves. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the trailer? Are you hyped or are you still skeptical? Drop your opinions in the comments, hit that like button, and share this video to remind Marvel fanboys that their spotlight might be running out in 2025.